Hey, it's DJ Kraz here with Hog Blog, and we're here with DJ Rizzi. Right, that's
Rizzi? Okay. Go by. Not really so much DJ, just Rizzi.
Yeah,
that's my last
How you
name.
doing today?
Doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So yeah, start out with where you're from.
I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but raised here in Miami for most of my life, so got a lot of Miami influence in me.
Okay. Any recent releases you have?
I just started our new label. It's called MLC Records, and we just put out our first compilation album a couple weeks ago, which I had about like 3 collabs on and an original track on there, and we have our second release coming up in a couple weeks, so MLC Volume 2, and then I have a whole EP that I'm releasing right after that, so a lot of stuff released on there.
Having the label, you can just put out music at your own
at my own will,
pace,
as much as I want.
Awesome. So, what's the origin of your name? Or is that your last name?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing around with, Rizzi, like Rizzi E, like switching it around and
Rizzi
just
Fresh.
yeah, not so much as that, but I felt like keeping my own name because it was unique enough. I felt like, just Rizzi, so sticking with that for now. I have some other collab projects that I'm working on with other people. One is like Master and Commander. Another one is it's just a combination of 2 of our names. So I have like some other collab projects I'm working on, but as for now, it's just as my name, just by myself, Rizzi. Yeah.
Okay. So what are your influences, and how has Miami influenced you?
I carry a lot of influence from Lazy Rich. Probably one of my earliest influences as far as like the electro, like harder style of my sound. Kill the Noise. Must Die is also a really good dubstep artist I carry a lot of influence from. Brown and Gammon. Those kind of guys, very dubstep, harder style influence.
Your sound is probably more dubstep oriented?
I would say, yeah, most of my sound is absolutely dubstep oriented.
What I liked is that you have kind of like dub, like reggae dub tracks with the dubstep.
Yeah, very triplet form, a lot of triplet delays in the drums and stuff like that. Yeah, very like big snares.
You don't see that too often because it's something that I always thought, like why don't people add more dub to the dubstep? It's too electro all the time.
Yeah, because people tend to, like you say, I feel like to make money, people tend to go toward the big room sounding very like, not I want to say monotonous, but keep it into like a certain format, which is like, what pleases most crowds, which is the very like the single orange. Yeah, it's not very dub sound like you're saying. Dub's a lot more laid back and more, I guess, kind of like you could say an underground feel to it because it's not very mainstream, But yeah, I definitely try to mesh the 2 as best possible together.
When you started out producing, was it a progression for something else, or did you start out making the dubstep that you do right now?
I started with the dubstep kind of stuff. It was a little bit more like ambient style, a little more like relaxing, like we were saying that like the dub style of it was more relaxed. Now I've kind of made my sound a lot more hype and, with a lot more filling out all the gaps, a lot more stuff laying in the background that give it a little bit more hype of a feel, a little bit more club oriented instead of, I still do some chill stuff.
Style.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because like we were saying, I mean, that's what makes money, It's what draws the attention, so.
You do something that you like to do, but something that will be commercially acceptable.
Absolutely, finding the balance, man.
So what is the greatest contribution to your success so far?
I would say going to school for music. I went to SAE. I just graduated from there a couple months ago. I went for the audio engineering program, so not only do I DJ and produce, but I'm also an engineer as well. And yeah, just being inside of that whole network and that whole like family that they have going there at SAE, it's a really good spot to be in. Make a lot of different connections. The studio that we're in now, Elementy Studios, I brought in a bunch of people that were in my class there as interns here in the studio. So it's just like a never-ending cycle of just opportunities that you get, out of being part of a community like that. And like we were talking about before, I did just start a teaching job, teaching music production and DJ classes at DNA Music. It's a new music school that just opened here in Miami, and they are also looking to branch out and start their own network in there as well, their own community. So if there's anybody that wants to get involved, with all that stuff, more than welcome to come and check it out and see what we have to offer.
So how have you been able to make your style of music stand out here in Miami?
Having the entertainment company that I started with my buddy Nick Fierro, We're the co-owners of Miami Livecast, and that's what our label is now branched off of. But yeah, being able to throw our own events and all that stuff, and having our own blog. We started out doing the online live streaming of our DJ shows and stuff. That was a tremendous help as well, getting to put out our own tracks in there, have other artists come on and, you know, branch out the networking side of it. So yeah.
The hustling aspect.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your biggest accomplishment so far?
For me, honestly, my biggest accomplishment was going through school for something that I loved and being able to finish it, you know, the right way and to use it in my everyday life now. That is definitely one of my biggest accomplishments.
What's next for you as an artist and as the company develops?
Well, right now the label has been our main focus since it's been the newest thing. We have, you know, the events being more consistent now. I would like to push that even further and have, right now we just have a once a month party that we're doing here at LMNT. And now, you know, we have the label. We're trying to stick to one compilation album a month as a release for us, and then also, you know, all the other artists we have signed out. I have an EP coming up. One of our other artists, Sus, he has an EP coming out as well. So just keeping the releases consistent on the label and more consistent parties. That's pretty much our main focus right now.
Staying real busy.
Yeah, we're always busy.
Any advice for artists getting into the scene, producers?
Going to school is the main thing I would recommend. There are things you're going to learn experimenting by yourself that you will not learn in school. It's just the way it is with anything. But you still need the right guidance, you know, from school. I mean, I learned how to DJ and produce and all that stuff before I went there, but going to school opened my eyes up to something way more complex than I had even thought of. I go by Rizzi Music. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. We do have our website, MiamiLivecast.com, and we have a blog on there. You can see all of my music on there, all the upcoming releases for our label, MLC Records, all of our future events for Miami Livecast. We're going to be starting a new radio show sometime soon. So yeah, just, you know, all those things are going to be on our website. This is Rizzi. I'm here at LMNT Studios on Hog Blog. Thank you guys for having me. Go and check it out.